Welcome back to the channel. The Hyundai Tucson has spent years climbing the ranks in the compact SUV market, gaining popularity for its sharp looks, accessible pricing, and generous warranty. It's a familiar name for families and budget-conscious buyers alike, who have come to associate it with value and reliability. But the 2025 Hyundai Tucson, despite its appealing design and ambitious technology, is a model that deserves closer scrutiny before you take the plunge. As you peel back the layers, it becomes clear that this newest iteration of Hyundai's best-selling SUV is not without its faults. And in today's crowded market, where buyers are spoiled for choice, that matters more than ever. Under the hood, the 2025 Tucson hasn't changed much from the previous year. It still uses a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder engine that produces 187 horsepower, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. While these numbers might sound adequate on paper, the driving experience tells a different story. The Tucson feels sluggish and underpowered, especially when loaded with passengers or cargo. Acceleration is uninspired, passing on the highway takes effort, and the transmission can be hesitant to downshift, making it frustrating in real-world conditions. In a segment where many rivals now offer turbocharged or hybrid options with better power and efficiency, the Tucson's base engine feels dated and underwhelming. Hyundai does offer hybrid and plug-in hybrid versions of the Tucson, which are intended to offer better fuel economy and a more engaging drive. However, these options are not without concern. Hyundai's hybrid systems, while impressive in theory, still carry a level of uncertainty in terms of long-term reliability. Previous hybrid models have suffered from issues ranging from regenerative braking glitches to battery management faults and unexpected warning lights. It's too soon to say whether the 2025 versions have ironed out these problems, but early feedback has been mixed. With Toyota's hybrid systems proving time and again to be the gold standard for reliability and efficiency, Hyundai's alternatives feel like a risky bet, especially for buyers planning to hold onto their vehicles beyond the warranty period. The Tucson's interior, at first glance, appears modern and high-tech, with a curved digital display setup that stretches across the dash. But once you settle in and begin using the features day-to-day, some of the sheen wears off. Hyundai has moved nearly all climate and infotainment controls to touch-sensitive panels, which might look futuristic, but are incredibly frustrating to use while driving. Instead of simple knobs and buttons, drivers now have to take their eyes off the road to adjust fan speeds or change the temperature, creating a distracting and less intuitive experience. The infotainment system itself, while visually appealing, has been criticized for lag and unintuitive menus. Strangely, Hyundai has still not implemented wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto in the larger screen variants, which feels like an oversight in 2025. Ride quality is another area where the Tucson fails to impress. Despite the sharp styling, the vehicle's suspension tuning leans toward the stiff side, resulting in a ride that can feel harsh over imperfect pavement. Even small road imperfections can send sharp jolts through the cabin, making longer drives less comfortable than they ought to be. Compounding this issue is noticeable wind and road noise at highway speeds, which undermines the otherwise serene and modern cabin ambience. Rivals like the Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, and Mazda CX-5 offer more refined and better insulated rides, highlighting a clear area where the Tucson falls short. Inside, the initial impression of quality quickly gives way to some disappointing details. While the layout is undeniably sleek, the materials used, especially in the lower trims, are underwhelming. Hard plastics dominate the door panels and dashboard, and some trim pieces feel flimsy to the touch. Fit and finish are inconsistent, with noticeable panel gaps and even some reports of early rattles and squeaks from new owners. In a market where competitors are increasingly pushing upscale interiors, the Tucson feels a step behind. It promises more than it delivers, especially for buyers who value refinement and long-term durability. Depreciation is another factor that prospective Tucson owners need to consider. While Hyundai's vehicles have traditionally offered good initial value, Their resale values tend to fall more sharply than competitors. The Tucson, in particular, struggles in this area, especially the hybrid and plug-in variants. These models are often seen as risky due to concerns about battery longevity and uncertain demand on the used market. Vehicles like the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid and Honda CR-V hold their value far better over time, making them smarter long-term investments. For buyers who might trade in their vehicle after a few years, the Tucson could end up costing more in the end, even if the sticker price is lower up front. Safety is another mixed bag. The 2025 Tucson comes standard with a suite of advanced driver assistance features, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and blind spot monitoring. While that sounds impressive, the real-world execution of these features has drawn criticism. Lane centering can be overly aggressive and erratic, sometimes bouncing between lines or reacting to faint road markings. Adaptive cruise control tends to brake too abruptly, which can be jarring in traffic. These systems are supposed to make driving easier and safer, but when they're poorly calibrated, they end up doing the opposite. In contrast, the systems in rivals, like Subaru's EyeSight and Honda's Sensing Suite, are far more refined and trustworthy, especially for highway use. Hyundai's build quality remains a concern as well. The company has made major progress in recent years, but persistent issues across various models continue to tarnish its reputation. The Tucson has faced multiple recalls in recent years, including those related to engine defects and fire risks from faulty ABS modules. While Hyundai has been proactive about issuing recalls, the frequency and severity of these issues cast a shadow over their quality control efforts. The 2025 model is still early in its production life, but preliminary ownership reports suggest that minor problems, ranging from electrical gremlins to trim issues, remain prevalent. All of this would be more forgivable if the Tucson still offered unbeatable value. But with pricing creeping steadily upward, that's no longer the case. A well-equipped 2025 Tucson can now cost over $40,000, especially if you opt for the hybrid or plug-in hybrid variants. At that price, buyers are within striking distance of more polished and capable mid-size SUVs like the Kia Sorento, Toyota Venza, or even entry-level luxury crossovers like the Lexus NX. Hyundai's original appeal was offering a lot of car for the money, but the 2025 Tucson doesn't deliver that same bang for the buck anymore. In many ways, it's charging a premium for features and styling that aren't supported by the underlying substance. The competition has simply outpaced it. Honda CR-V offers a more refined drive, a proven hybrid system, and a comfortable, well-appointed cabin. Toyota's RAV4 continues to lead the class with exceptional reliability, resale value, and real-world efficiency. Mazda's CX-50 provides upscale materials and a driving experience that feels genuinely premium. Even the Subaru Forester, while not as flashy, delivers unmatched visibility, standard all-wheel drive, and a reputation for lasting 200,000 miles or more with minimal fuss. These rivals have pushed the segment forward, while the Tucson seems to be treading water, or worse, backsliding. To be clear, the 2025 Hyundai Tucson isn't a bad car. It's stylish, packed with features, and covered by an excellent warranty. But in a category where small missteps are enough to lose a sale, the Tucson has accumulated too many of them. Its powertrain is uninspiring, its hybrid tech isn't proven, its ride and handling don't match the competition, and its interior and infotainment system, while bold in design, don't hold up in daily use. Add in questionable long-term reliability and poor resale performance, and it's hard to justify choosing the Tucson over better-rounded alternatives. For shoppers prioritizing reliability, comfort, and smart value, the 2025 Hyundai Tucson might be more trouble than it's worth. While it remains a visually appealing option with a strong feature set, the compromises in performance, build quality, and everyday livability raise too many red flags. With so many excellent compact SUVs available today, it's worth taking a step back and asking whether you're buying a vehicle that will satisfy your needs not just today, but 3, 5, or even 10 years down the road. If you're shopping for a compact SUV in 2025, the Tucson might still catch your eye on the showroom floor. But once you look past the surface, you may find it's better left alone.